I'm Charlotte Kemp. I am a futurist. And in this presentation, I'd like to show you how you can think like a futurist too. My position is that all of us can think about the future with more intention. And that's all it takes to be a futurist. If you're not a futurist, it means that you're waiting for the world to happen to you, as opposed to actually crafting your own future, which is what we prefer to do. So let's look at one particular futures tool that you can use straight away that can help you. This is the futures cone. So think about a nice juicy ice cream cone, not the ice cream part, but the actual cone. Right at the pointed end that gets soggy if you don't eat it fast enough. Right at the pointed end is where we are at in this present moment. And as we move away from that into the future, the actions that we take longer to actually unfold. So for example, if you wanted to get a degree in something and you start studying in 5 years' time, it's going to take until 9 or 10 years' time for you to get your degree. But if you start now, then you're going to get it in 4 or 5 years' time. So the sooner we start to change direction towards the future we want, the sooner we can actually achieve that future. So this particular diagram is just demonstrating the action we can take in this present moment. If we wait 10 years, it's going to take that much more effort to shift from one place to another. There's another way of looking at this particular futures cone, and it is this one with all the different P's in it. We have this present moment, and if you look at the big outside circle of anything that is possible in the future, most of it is preposterous. And then you get smaller and smaller circles. So we're going to look at this particular cone from the cut end right at the end of this cone to demonstrate what that looks like. So the outer ring is preposterous. It is the things that are impossible, nonsense, flying taxis and cars, nonsense. We'll never see things like that. But it's a big circle of anything that could possibly happen in the time frame you're looking at. So in the next 10 years, 15 years, there are all these things that we might see in science fiction. Most of it is preposterous. Inside of that circle are the things that are possible. These could maybe happen. They might happen. We can see how logically they could, turn out to be features of the world that we experience in the future. Inside of that possible circle is the plausible circle. Plausible means, yeah, this could happen. This is more likely what it is we're actually going to see. That's realistic, rather than being utterly preposterous in the outer ring. Within that ring, there is a smaller one. This is your probable projected. Somebody had a lot of fun finding all these P's for this particular program. So these are things that are probable, projected. If you are talking to an organization, a company, and they're looking at their sales figures, they project their sales figures, and they're pretty realistic. They're based on past history, on the number of products that they have to sell, the number of salespeople they have, their, online systems, etc. So that is what is probable. But what if what we are looking at as a probable future is not something we actually want? What if we're looking at something and saying, this is not how I want my life to be, or my organization, or the country that I'm in? I would prefer to see a different future. So that preferred future is this little, green oval that overlaps. It overlaps what is projected. It overlaps what is possible. It goes out to those outer regions of things that we would like to see happen. And they're not impossible. There are many people who look at the future and say, I don't like the future. I don't like the present, but there's nothing that we can do about it. But there are other people who look and say, this is not good enough. We can take action now. We can challenge assumptions. We can challenge leadership. We can build skills. We can find new skills. We can invent new things. We can have new conversations, and we can change that particular direction in a different direction if we act now. We can't wait for 5 years' time to change something. We need to take those actions now. And taking an action now is so much easier. It means going online and searching for something, going online and finding something that you can study, or a book that you can read, or a conversation that you can have, or something that you can become more aware of. because the more aware you are of what is happening, what is possible, what is out there in other parts of the world, how other cultures do things, the more you become aware of that, the so much easier it is to change that little action right there at the pointed end of your ice cream cone. When you change that, you change the direction of your future and you become a really impactful, intentional futurist. And the world that you're going to look at is going to be vastly different from the world that you might be experiencing if you did nothing. So what's next? Think about the future that you see unfolding in front of you. Decide whether you like it or not. Think about what you would like to see. Work out what actions you need to take now and start getting into conversation with people who resonate with you on that level. Be in sessions like this with GatherVerse. Hear what other people are talking about. What are all the potentially wonderful things that could happen in your future? Start moving towards them, and you will reach that preferred future that is better for way more people than the future that might just unfold if we take no action at all. I